Yo, wise ones, grab your cozy shawl, pour yourself some warm tea, and let's gather round for a story that's gonna hit you right in the soul. This ain't just any tale. It's a heart-pounding, eye-opening journey about a father whose love for his family got tangled up in greed so dark it nearly tore everything apart. We're diving deep into a village where hard work, family bonds, and a terrifying ritual collide, leaving a lesson you'll carry with you. My dear elders, this one's for you. A reminder that true wealth isn't in gold, but in the love we hold tight. You ready to walk this path with me? Let's get into it. Imagine a village called Enkpor, nestled in a valley where the sun rises slow and golden, painting the yam fields and thatched roofs with a glow that feels like hope. The air's thick with the scent of fresh earth and roasted corn, and the sound of kids laughing mixes with the cluck of chickens. In Ankpor, life's simple but rich with community. Neighbors share meals, elders swap stories under the big Iroko tree, and everyone knows everyone's name. In this village lives a man named Okoye. Now, Okoye's no chief, no big shot. He's a farmer, but not the kind with his own land. He toils on other folks' farms, breaking his back under the hot sun for just enough to keep his family fed. But let me tell you, wise ones, Okoye's got something money can't buy. A family that's his whole world. His wife, Neka, is a beauty with a smile that lights up the market where she sells peppers and okra. Their 3 kids, 2 strong boys, Chidi and Emeka, and a daughter, Adaugo, with eyes like stars, are the heartbeat of their little mud brick home. They ain't rich in coins, but their laughter? That's pure gold. Have you ever known a family like that, wise ones? Poor in pockets, but rich in love? Drop a comment and tell me. I want to hear your stories. Okoye's days start before the roosters crow. He's out in the fields, hoe in hand, sweat dripping, planting yams or harvesting cassava for someone else's barn. It's grueling, but he never complains. Every coin he earns goes straight to Neka, who stretches it like magic to keep the kids clothed and the pot simmering. At night, when he drags himself home, bone-tired, Neka's there with a bowl of egusi soup, and the kids tackle him with hugs. "Papa, tell us a story," Adaugo begs, and Okoye, with a tired grin, spins tales of talking tortoises and brave hunters. The kids giggle, Neka hums a song, and for a moment, the world feels right. But life in Ankpor ain't always kind to folks like Okoye. The village has its share of big men, wealthy farmers, traders with fat purses, who look down on him. "Okoye, you're a good man, but you're just a laborer," they'd say, their smiles more pity than respect. Okoye brushes it off, but it stings. He's got friends, sure, but they're the kind with big houses and bigger egos. Over time, those friends start drifting away. "Why hang with a poor man?" they whisper behind his back. It hurts, but Okoye tells himself, "My family's enough. They're my treasure." Have you ever felt left out because you didn't have enough wise ones? Share it in the comments. I'm all ears. Now, Okoye is no stranger to struggle. Some days, the farm owners forget to pay him. "Come back tomorrow," they'd say, waving him off. Tomorrow comes, and it's the same excuse. Once, a rich farmer named Mazi Ugo made him clean his pigsty for extra work, then tossed him a few coins like he was a beggar. Okoye swallowed his pride, thinking of Adaugo's new school dress. Another time, a so-called friend asked him to scrub pots for a feast, laughing, "Okoye, you're good at this." The village kids saw, and Okoye's heart sank. But he did it for his boys' sandals. Through it all, he keeps going, waking up each dawn with a prayer. God, let my family be okay. Neka sees the toll it takes. Okoye, you work too hard, she'd say, her hands gentle on his shoulders. He'd just smile. For you and the kids, it's worth it. But deep down, he dreams of a day when he won't have to beg for what's his. Have you ever pushed through humiliation for someone you love? Wise ones? Tell me about it below. One season, the harvest comes, and it's a big one. Fields are bursting, and every farmer in Enkepor's hiring. Okoye sees his chance. He gathers Chidi and Emeka, both strapping lads now, and heads to the grandest house in the village, home of Chief Okafor, the richest man around. Okafor's farm is like a kingdom, acres of yams, maize, and palm trees, with workers buzzing like bees. Okoye bows low. Good morning, Chief Okafor, he says, his voice steady. My sons and I want to work your harvest. We're strong and ready. Okafor sizes them up, his gold rings glinting. All right, Okoye, my farm's big and I need hands. Start tomorrow. Okoye's heart leaps. This could be the break they need. A chance to earn enough to fix the leaky roof, maybe even buy a small plot of their own. That night, he tells Neka, "This is it, my love. We're gonna make things better." She smiles, but her eyes hold a flicker of worry. Just be careful, Okoye. Big men like Okafor don't always keep their word. He nods, but hope drowns out her caution. Have you ever felt that spark of hope before a big opportunity, wise ones? Drop it in the comments. The next morning, Okoye and his boys are up before dawn, their tools slung over their shoulders. They reach Okafor's farm as the first light hits, and they dive in. The work's brutal, hacking through thick vines, hauling heavy sacks, the sun scorching their backs. Rain comes one day, turning the fields to mud, but they keep going, slipping and sweating. Chidi and Emeka are like their father, tireless, their hands calloused, but their spirits high. We're doing this for Mama and Adaugo, Chidi says, and Emeka nods, heaving another sack. Okoye watches them, pride swelling in his chest. Days blend into weeks, and the harvest piles up. Sacks of yams, baskets of maize, barrels of palm oil. Finally, the last crop's in the barn, and Okoye wipes his brow, exhausted but triumphant. We did it, boys, he says, clapping their shoulders. Let's get our pay. They march to Okafor's house, Okoye's heart light with dreams of a better life. He knocks, and Okafor appears, his robes sweeping the floor. Chief, the harvest's done, Okoye says. May we have our payment? Okafor nods, reaching into a pouch. Okafor hands Okoye a small stack of coins. This is a third of what I owe you, he says, his voice smooth. Come back tomorrow for the rest. Okoye blinks, stunned. A third? Okafor's never done this before, but he takes the coins, murmurs, "Thank you," and heads home, unease creeping in. Have you ever been promised something only to get half of it, wise ones? Tell me in the comments. That night, Okoye gives the coins to Neka. Cook something special for the kids, he says, forcing a smile. But Neka sees the shadow in his eyes. Okoye, what's wrong? She asks, her voice soft. He sighs, staring at the flickering lamp. Okafor only paid a third, said to come back tomorrow. It's never been like this. Neka wraps her arms around him. Don't worry, my love. You've done honest work. It'll be all right. They eat with the kids, Adaugo's laughter easing the tension, but Okoye barely sleeps, Okafor's words looping in his mind. The next day, he's back at the chief's gate, hopeful but wary. Okafor greets him with a grin that's too wide. "Okoye, my friend, sit, eat with me," he says, waving to a table piled with pounded yam and vegetable stew. Okoye hesitates. Chiefs don't dine with laborers, but sits, the aroma making his stomach rumble. They eat, Okafor chatting about the harvest, the village, the weather. Then, as the plates are cleared, Okafor leans in, his eyes glinting. "Okoye, you're a hard worker, but you're getting old. This labor won't last forever. I know a way you can be rich, really rich, without breaking your back." Okoye's heart skips. "Rich? How, Chief?" Okafor's smile widens. "There's a man at the forest's edge. He can help you through a simple ritual. No blood, no harm, just a small price." Okoye frowns. "What kind of ritual?" Okafor pulls out a fat bundle of cash, more money than Okoye has ever seen. "Take this," he says, pressing it into Okoye's hands. "It's 10 times what I owe you. Think about it. No rush." Okoye's hands shake as he takes the money, his mind spinning. "Thank you, Chief," he mumbles and stumbles home, the bundle burning a hole in his pocket. Have you ever been tempted by something that felt too good to be true, wise ones? Share it below. When Okoye gets home, Neka's eyes widen at the cash. "Okoye, where did this come from?" she gasps. He sits her down, voice low, and tells her everything. Okafor's offer, the man in the forest, the ritual. "It's a lot of money, Neka. It could change our lives," he says, but his voice wavers. Neka's face tightens. "Okoye, this doesn't feel right. We've always lived honestly. Easy money comes with chains." He nods, her words sinking in, but the sight of that cash keeps him awake. He thinks of Adaugo's future, the boys' education, a farm of their own. Days pass, and the temptation grows. His old friends, the ones who shunned him, start showing up, sniffing around his new wealth. "Okoye, you're a big man now," they say, their smiles fake. "Tell us your secret." He brushes them off, but their words feed his pride. Maybe I could be like them, he thinks. One night, under a starless sky, he makes his choice. "Neneka," he says, his voice heavy, "I'm going to the forest tomorrow. For us." Her eyes fill with fear, but she nods. "Promise you'll come back safe," she whispers. He holds her tight. "I promise." Have you ever made a choice you knew might be wrong, wise ones? Tell me in the comments. The next morning, Okoye treks to the forest's edge, where the trees loom dark and thick. His heart pounds as he reaches a hut, its walls woven with vines. An old man steps out, his beard white as moonlight, his eyes sharp as knives. "Okoye," he says, voice like gravel. "Chief Okafor sent you. Ready for the ritual?" Okoye swallows hard. "Yes, sir." The old man leads him to a clearing, where stones form a circle around strange symbols etched in the dirt. He hands Okoye a bowl of black oil. "Rub this on your skin," he says, starting to chant. The air hums, heavy and electric. Okoye smears the oil, feeling it burn, then cool, like it's sinking into his bones. The old man places a hand on his head. "The gods have chosen you," he intones. "Wealth will come, but there's always a price. Use it wisely." He gives Okoye a pouch of gold coins. "This is the start. More will follow." Okoye stammers, "Thank you," and hurries home, the coins jingling, his mind a mix of thrill and dread. When he shows Neka the gold, her jaw drops, but her eyes stay wary. "Okoye, what did you do?" she asks. He forces a smile. "The gods blessed us, my love." That night they celebrate, but Neka's quiet, watching him like she sees something he doesn't. Have you ever felt a gift came with strings attached? Wise ones? Drop it in the comments. Days turn to weeks, and Okoye's life transforms. Gold pours in. Coins, jewelry, fine cloths. Their mud brick hut becomes a house with painted walls and a tin roof. The kids wear new clothes. Neka buys a proper market stall, and Okoye finally owns a small farm. The village buzzes. Okoye's rich, they whisper. How'd he do it? His old friends, the ones who mocked him, come crawling back, all smiles and flattery. Okoye, you're a legend, they say, begging for his secret. He tells them, the gods blessed me, but keeps the ritual locked tight. At home, the kids are thrilled. Adaugo dances in her new dress. Chidi dreams of school. Emeka talks of buying goats. But Neka's not fooled. She sees Okoye's distracted eyes, the way he flinches at shadows. Okoye, this wealth, it's not normal, she says one night. What's the cost? He brushes it off. We're fine, Neka, enjoy it. But he's lying, to her, to himself. The old man's words, there's always a price, haunt him. Have you ever sensed trouble behind a blessing, wise ones? Tell me below. Then, one evening, a messenger arrives, his face grim. The old man in the forest wants you, he says. Okoye's blood runs cold. He knows what's coming. The next morning, he trudges back to the hut, his stomach churning. The old man's waiting, his eyes colder than before. Okoye, he says, the gods demand their price. You must sacrifice your daughter, Adaugo, to keep your wealth. Okoye staggers, his breath gone. Adaugo, no, not my girl, he cries. She's my heart. The old man's voice is stone. Refuse and you lose everything. Your wealth, your mind, your life. The gods will take her anyway. You have 7 days. Okoye stumbles home, his world crumbling. He can't tell Neka. How could he? Adaugo's laughter echoes as she plays outside, each giggle a knife in his chest. He paces, sleepless, the old man's threat clawing at him. I have 2 sons, he thinks, desperate. They can carry the family name. It's a vile thought, but fear and greed twist his mind. Have you ever faced a choice that felt like betraying everything you love, wise ones? Share it in the comments. The days crawl by, each one heavier. Okoye watches Adaugo, her smile, her songs, and his heart screams, no. But the fear of losing everything, his new life, his family's comfort, pushes him closer to the edge. On the 5th night, he breaks. I have no choice, he whispers, tears falling. He prepares the ritual as the old man instructed, a potion, black oil, a mortar hidden in the forest. His hands shake as he mixes the brew, his soul screaming. He finds Adaugo in the yard, her eyes bright. Adaugo, come, he says, voice cracking. Drink this, it's special. She trusts him, always has, and drinks, then rubs the oil as he says. Her eyes droop, and she collapses, unconscious. Okoye carries her to the forest, each step tearing him apart. In the clearing, he lays her in the stone circle, the mortar beside her. I'm sorry, Adaugo, he sobs, raising his hands to finish the ritual. But then, a scream. Okoye, no! It's Neka, her face wild with horror. She followed him, sensing his darkness. Villagers, roused by her cry, flood the clearing, their torches blazing. They seize Okoye, pulling him from Adaugo. Neka cradles her daughter, sobbing, What have you done? The villagers drag Adaugo to the herbalist, praying she can be saved. Okoye's tied up, his world shattered. Have you ever seen someone you love almost lose everything, wise ones? Tell me below. By dawn, the village is in uproar. A Dao goes with the herbalist, her breathing shallow but alive. The elders call for the king, and Okoye's march to the palace, bound and broken. The villagers whisper, their eyes full of betrayal. In the king's hall, Okoye kneels, his voice hoarse. "It's true," he confesses. "Chief Okafor tricked me. He promised wealth, sent me to the old man. The ritual gave me riches, but they demanded a Daogo. I was scared, weak, I'm sorry." The king's face darkens. "Where's Okafor?" he demands. The guards search, but Okafor's gone, fled with his gold, leaving Okoye to face the consequences. The king rises. "Okoye, you nearly killed your child for greed. But a Daogo lives thanks to your wife. You'll spend your days in prison, working to atone. Your family may visit, but you'll carry this shame." Okoye nods, tears falling. "Thank you, my king." As he's led away, Neka watches, her heart torn but resolute. She'll raise the kids, rebuild their lives, without the cursed wealth. Okoye's cell is cold, but he prays for forgiveness, for his family's healing. Wise ones, greed can blind us, but love can save us. Hold your family close and don't chase what glitters. Hit that like button if this touched you. Drop a comment with your own story of temptation or redemption, and subscribe for more tales that stir the soul. Stay blessed, stay wise, and I'll see you in the next one.